our podcast. Today we're here to discuss all topics that we covered so far on the course Lexicology. The participants are Medetova Uldana, Maden Talgar, and me, Zarina Nurakhunova.
So let's start our discussion. And
first of all, I want to start with your way coming here, like how it was it difficult to get here?
For me, it's as usual, nothing special.
Unfortunately, for me, it was a bit difficult because, difficult to cross the street because there were lots of cars and the traffic light wasn't working.
Yes, actually, I can relate. By the way, did you know that even the simplest and easiest word that we use in our everyday life came from different languages? Like even the simplest word like street is not English word actually. And the study that deals with the history of words is etymology. So what do you know about etymology?
I think the words are the most important constituent in our lives, in our language, because we use them to express our emotion, feelings, and to share our knowledge as we are doing now.
Yes, I agree with you because words are like our tool in our communication. And I know that the study of words and the use of words is called lexicology.
Yes, and also I think that while learning a new vocabulary or a new language, it's very important to know the structure of words, how it was created, their parts and constituents.
Yeah, but first of all, we need to know the
parts of words like morphemes.
Morphemes, and we need to know the functions of
their divisions.
Yeah, this kind of the division of the function, the division according to the functions by the inflectional and derivational. You know, if we want to change the word of category of words, then we use the inflectional by adding the affixes.
But you mean derivational?
Derivational, yeah.
Yes, you mean inflectional and derivational functions. We use inflectional function when we want to say about the possessive cases, about the plural form of the noun, and tenses of verbs. Also, we use a derivational function.
When we want to change the category of words and using by adding by the affixes.
This one is seems quite interesting for me because just adding some letters can change the category or even the meaning of whole word.
Yes. Also, even if we know a little amount of words and we know how to use these affixes, how to add them to words in order to create another words, we can just it can broaden our vocabulary, and it's easy to communicate when you know how the affixes work.
Yeah, especially for us, for learners of foreign languages, when we don't know some, as native speakers, many words, we just need to remember these suffixes, these affixes, suffixes and prefixes to create new words. And so it's actually a good tool for us to.
It makes easier learning new words.
Learning process.
Yes. Now let's talk about derivation. Do you guys use in your everyday life speech derived words?
I use some of them. Now, just one word comes to my mind. The word dog, doctor. It's derived from the word doctor, but usually I don't use the full version, doctor. I use just the shortened version.
In my case, I use derived words like USA, okie dokie.
Yeah, okie dokie.
And also the shortened versions of the states,
acronyms, USA.
United Arab Emirates can be UAE and like this.
some. I have never wondered and thought about these like words, the structure of words, the meaning before studying this very subject, this very course.
Yes, actually, we use them automatically and we don't even think about them, how to use it. It seems like it's automatically attached to our brain, and I think it's a very interesting topic to dive into.
Yes. And now let's talk about phraseology, phraseological units. What do you know about them? Like, what do you remember from our course?
Phraseology, in my opinion, phraseology is a fix of group of words. It has which one has a particular meaning, such as idioms and proverbs.
Yeah, and we cannot replace them with other words.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Also, the meaning cannot be derived from the
Its components.
Yes, from component. It's just like particular meaning for a particular group of words.
Yes.
And by the way, I want to share with you my favorite proverb, which is a picture worth 1,000 words. Like also here we can notice that the meaning of this proverb is partially transferred, which means that the meaning can be easily guessed by the reader, and it's kind of obvious. The meaning.
Yeah. And I like the idiom a skeleton in the cupboard, which means a family secret. And this idiom is a completely transferred idiom because we cannot guess its meaning without just looking at its components.
Guys, we can talk about idiom and proverb for hours, so unfortunately we don't have enough time. So we need to switch to next point of our discussion. So, guys, what do you know about lexicography?
Lexicography? Well,
Yeah.
I think that lexicography is compiling, making, writing, and editing dictionaries. And but what do you think? Why do we need dictionaries? Like, what is the purpose of dictionaries?
Actually, while learning a new language and new words, dictionaries are helpful for us while learning their meanings of the words, their translations. Also, dictionaries can be different according to their purpose and aim. For example, there are types of dictionaries like bilingual, unilingual, etymological, and explanatory, where we can find information like the translation, the meaning of the words, explanation, and sometimes even the history.
Yes.
So, I think, yeah.
And I think that the arrangement of dictionaries is also important to consider. By the way, they are two types of arrangements. They are alphabetical order and cluster type. But for me, the second one is more convenient because the words are connected to one cluster and it's easy to remember.
Yes, actually, I agree with you. For me, it's also more convenient to learn the group of words when they are connected to each other with their meanings, maybe if they are connected with the one topic.
Yeah.
I think it's much easier to practice it and to use it.
No, I'm not agree both of you because in my opinion is the alphabetical order is much more better for me because it's for me can easily to find which word I need and I can get it with structured way. Yeah.
So you mean with alphabetical order dictionary you can find word with its initial letter,
Yeah.
And it's
Even I don't know the word, the meaning, and but I just now see which letter is started.
Yeah.
I will just search it.
It may help you to not be confused with those all thousands of words. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's one.
But nowadays, I think we use mostly just electronic devices.
Yeah,
so we can
Yeah.
search,
type
just
into.
search the word is we we don't use any kind of cluster type or alphabetical order because we just search the websites, and I think it's so much easier and more convenient.
Yeah.
Негізі багато we are talking about language and so on, but what is language? Like, how can I say? Like, why does it exist?
Actually, I think language exists in among the people who share the common language, who use it, who use it in their everyday life.
Yeah, I think language is more close to the tool of communication. It is which have a more essential role in our lives because we can express our emotion and feelings and build a relationship and share our knowledge even like that. So that's what we should
like as we are doing now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And
also about perception of language.
How like people like perception of language from different points.
Yes. For example, we studied the point of view of Firth on this issue. According to his contextual theory of meaning. Yes, he said that the language, the utterances of language occur in particular time, and we just derive the meaning in real situations.
I guess it's it's totally different because about Saussure theory. You know Saussure theory of language. He mentioned about the linguistic system in our brain, so we can get it in our experience from our experience.
Yes.
So,
Like he said, the linguistic system is constructed in our mind from our experiences.
Yeah, that's like
it's interesting that they are talking about one thing like language, but they are their perceptions are different, totally different. Like one said that it is about experience, and another is about
real life context
situations. It's about situations. But I agree with both of them, but partially.
Yes.
Not completely, because they are right, but in other hand, I don't totally agree with Firth about with his theory about contextual perception. We cannot learn language only by situations. It's also important to consider that we learn language by our experience, by our mind.
Yes, sure. But how can I say? It's a bit difficult to understand for me their points of view in a detailed way. Just I can say that I partially agree with them also, but it's also it's a bit difficult to understand linguists. Because the language and the acquiring the language is kind of the topic that is discovering even now, and it's a bit difficult to understand their point of view.
It's not a math with
where we have the
exact formulas. It's just our thoughts, our emotions, our perceptions.
So next, I think we need to talk about the system of words, the systematic approach. What do you know about it?
Well, I know that system of words is when we are making system, we are dividing or classifying words into synonyms, antonyms, and all that stuff. And in short, it is making a system.
And as a systematic approach, deal how the activities influence the tools and how the stern are connected.
but it help us to teach vocabularies like systematically. But why it's important to teach vocabulary systematically?
I think that it's important to know the structure of words in a language that we are learning, because there might be a rule in how can I say word formation as the rule of using derivational and inflectional functions in English language. So I think that's why it's like important to know the structure of words and to learn it systematically.
Yeah, I see.
And with the help of this approach, we can predict like the meaning of words that we don't know, and without looking at dictionaries.
Yeah, so true.
So to sum up, we have discussed all topics that we have covered so far.
And I hope it was very informative, interesting, and useful for you.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for being with us. See you next time.
Bye! Hello guys, welcome to our podcast.
Okay.
So our participants are Uldana Medetova
And then Maden Talgar.
and Zarina Nurakhunova topic, which is Lexicology.
Остановись, пожалуйста.
Так.